Hello guys, it's your boy Naruto What If, and today I'm making my first video. This is going to be what if Naruto was like Minato slash prodigy. Also, remember this video is scripted. War began when Naruto is 4 years old, and in this what if Naruto is pretty smart, and he got photographic memory. Naruto was curious and asked the Hokage who were his parents and why everybody hated him. And the Hokage told Naruto that his parents were great shinobis. Now tell him that it's good to know that her parents were great shinobi, but he still didn't answer his question. Sarutobi would be shocked by this question because he didn't think that Naruto at this age would be that smart. Sarutobi felt bad for what the villagers are making Naruto pass through, so decided to tell him. But he said that this is an S-rank secret and he can't tell nobody. Naruto agrees, and Sarutobi tells Naruto that his mom was one of the last survivors of the Uzumaki clan, also telling Naruto that Uzumaki clan is specialized in selling jutsu and they have a massive chakra pool. And finally, tells Naruto that his dad was known as the Yellow Flash of the Leaf, Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage. Naruto was shocked and at the same time excited. I say that Minato left a letter for Naruto and he gave it to the Hokage to give it to Naruto when he grows up. So Satobi gave the letter to Naruto and left. After Satobi left, Naruto opened the letter and started to read it. Because remember, Naruto in this what if is pretty smart, so he already knows how to read. Dear Naruto, this letter was made by me and your mom to tell you what you need to know. I assume that the letter already told you that I am your father and told you about your mother. I'm going to leave you writing some jutsu that will help you become a great shinobi, and will be served very helpful for you and your friends. I will also leave you my fighting style. We want you to go to a library and study hard so you can become smart and also train to become powerful. I'm telling you what happened to us. We sacrificed ourselves for the so save the village and seal the natal inside you. I'm sorry, but I needed to save the village, and this could make your life hard because of the nachos. But you just know that you're a hero. Just know that me and your mom love you, and just know that we love you. From Minato and Kushina. Naruto is crying that his parents really do all of this for him, and that he's a hero, and everybody in the village shouldn't treat him bad. He's really happy for getting to know all of this and promised them and himself that he's going to get smarter and stronger. Now, Natsu goes to check the jutsu. There were some speed training and chakra control exercises because Minato knew because of the nine tails, Naruto will have bad chakra control. So he decided to leave him some speed so he could master flying, riding, and some chakra control. Now we'll be cover the jutsu that he left now to Tomasa. As you already know, the flying riding, shadow clone, some sensing techniques, Shuriken clone, Shuriken shadow clone, and some basic sealing jutsu where you could seal weapons, also some hard sealing jutsu where you could seal bodies. I also think that he will leave now to some Uzumaki seals like the 5 diagram sealing style. And so Naruto, when he mastered all this technique, to tell Master Jirasu to teach him the Rasengan. He left a letter to the third Hokage telling him that when Naruto is master all this jutsu, he to El Kajiraya to train him. As you all know, Naruto has photographic memories. He memorized all of the jutsus and started training. Naruto is pretty smart on this one, so he discovered the secret of the chakra within a week. Now we are going to, to do a time skip. When he's 6 to 7 years old, he already mastered most of the techniques because he knows the secret of the Shadow Clone that really gave him a boost to master all the jutsus. The only jutsu he hasn't completely mastered is the flying riding. He could use it, but he needs to master the second stage. Naruto has been into going into the library and studying so he could get smarter. Also, he has been stopping by the training ground, seeing some tuning and joining fighting. So Naruto knows about chakra natures, but he doesn't know his. So he goes to the third Hokage to ask him to get him a chakra paper so he could know the chakra nature. The third Hokage was surprised that he knew about it and says yes, let's test your chakra. Thinking that if Naruto thinking that not if Naruto even knows how to use chakra. He know that he's smart, but he can't be that smart. He gave the paper to Naruto and said put some chakra to it. Satoru was shocked. He jumped up to it. He was kind of surprised that Naruto could use the chakra, and then he was more surprised that little kid could have all chakra natures. Satoru asked Naruto how he knew about all of this. Naruto told him that his dad told him to go to the library and study hard. Also, he left him Sojutsu so he could master it. Salvatore, at this time, he wasn't even surprised at what Naruto could do. He already is a prodigy amongst prodigy at his age. He asked Naruto what jutsu helps him master other jutsu. Naruto said the Shadow Clone jutsu because I found the secret of it. Well, by this, Sato was really surprised. Satoru was really surprised because a little case already know the secret of the Shadow Clone. Plus, he used it to his advantage. Naruto told Salvatore that there's one jutsu that he has a master, but he basically mastered all of them. The fire Raijin. Salvatore said like fire, so your father wanted him to have that jutsu. Naruto told him, okay, so what you want me to do? Satoru said to come back when he mastered the technique and who contacted Jiraiya to train you. Because Naruto told him to that what his daddy told him in the letter. Naruto asked him if he could get him some jutsu. So some basic and hard jutsu for all his chakra natures. Satoru gave him a lot of jutsu. Naruto said if you could give me some of your jutsu, I know you're very powerful. Sarutobi think about it, and he said, I owe this to you, Minato. And he gave a lot of scrolls to Naruto. After Naruto received the scroll, he brought the flickers away because he's really fast, so he doesn't want to overuse the flying magic. Back to his house. Now, I will be doing another time skip when Naruto enters the academy. By this time, Naruto already mastered one, like 3 to 5 jewels from each nation and the flying riding level 2. Naruto graduated the academy within the first week. Naruto spent like the 4 years he's supposed to be spending in the academy training with Jiraiya, making him master the Rasengan, Sage Mode. Also, he built a relationship with Kurama. So he broke the seal of so Jiraiya let him break the seal off. He could control by the 4 years time skip 3 to 4 times without losing control and could get to go to 5, but Kurama needs to take over and he will do whatever Naruto tells him. Also, he mastered all the jutsu that the third Hokage and Jiraiya gave him. Now, it's time that Naruto is supposed to be graduating the academy. Jiraiya and the third Hokage tell Naruto that he's going to join a gaining squad. because uh, teamwork is good and it could make him stronger. So the third Hokage told him to go to the academy tomorrow to get the team, and Naruto said okay, and he body figures away. Naruto saw by the ramen and heard some tuning say like he stole the scroll ceiling. They are looking for him. Naruto ba and head to his house. But the ramen head to his house. In the way there, he saw a kid going through the woods and saw him carrying the scroll ceiling. Naruto went after him. Naruto stopped and took the scroll from him. The kid told Naruto that his sensei Mizuki said that if he stole the scroll ceiling and learned a jutsu from it, he could become a Ken. Naruto, knowing what is happening, said, okay, kid, go to your home. I will tell the Hokage what happened so you couldn't get in trouble. Naruto was curious and took a peek at the scroll, memorizing every jutsu. Mizuki got there and saw Naruto with the scroll. He said, Naruto, give me the scroll. Naruto said, I know what you're trying to do and I'm going to stop you. Naruto then tried jutsu that he saw in the scroll, the multi-shadow jutsu, and made like 1,000 clones. And this is gonna be bad for Mitsuki because he already knows a powerful technique, technique jutsus. He said, okay, and then other clones go, kill palm, poof, knocking out Mitsuki. Naruto after go to his Hokage and explain what happens. Naruto also told him that he's sorry, but he took a peek at the scroll. Naruto will say, I know, Naruto. I'm going to send some ninja to go to get his body and get him to jail. Naruto said okay there and left back to his house. The next day, he woke up early and went to the academy. He entered the academy and sat down, and nobody knew who he was because Naruto wasn't really in the village because he didn't put no pranks, so people didn't really care. So everybody's thinking Naruto is the everybody's thinking who Naruto is, and they remember that there was a kid who graduated early from the academy. Naruto is talking to Kurama in his mind. In the real world, he sees Sasuke surrounded by a bunch of girls and he's ignoring them. Some time passes and the teacher came into. He saw Naruto and said to class, we have a student that graduated early here that is getting to put in a gun squad. His name is Naruto. People knew him because his parents said to keep away from a kid named Naruto. They announced all the teams and he said Team 7. Naruto Uzumaki, Saki Uchiha, and Sakura. Hiruka said, okay class, wait for your Johnny sensei, and he left. Naruto spent the whole time talking to Kurama. I saw which Kashi came late, said one of his lame excuses. Everything went direct on canon. And this time, Kakashi actually will be on time for the Busters because the Terukai told him that he probably is going to go all out. So he's playing the rule and says start. Naruto went to hide and send shadow clones to different locations and send them to attack Kakashi. Well, Naruto already know what the belt test is for, so he looked for Sasuke and Sakura and make a plan. Naruto clones are doing well against Kakashi. He's actually going hard, but he hasn't shown his Sharingan. Naruto finds them and tells them a plan. They start. First, Naruto and Sasuke threw shurikens at Kakashi. And after they do a command jutsu, Naruto did the kill pump and Sasuke will do the fireball jutsu. While Kakashi is surprised and dodge the attack, Naruto will be used his speed to get Kakashi into a corner. So Sakura will be waiting for him behind a tree to take the bells from Kakashi. about to Kakashi was about to react to Sakura to try to steal to stop her to try to steal the bells. Naruto seeing this get a sharp close. One one goes to the right and he goes to the left. He punches and while the other one holds Kakashi. And at that point Sakura took the bells from him. She took one for herself, threw one to Sasuke. Sasuke cut it in half and gave half to Naruto. Kakashi was surprised by how good the teamwork was, and whoever made the plan was at least 300 to 200 IQ. Kakashi asked them who come up with the plan. They say it was Naruto. Kakashi was surprised because the Terokage told him he might need to go all out, but he didn't know that Naruto was that strong. And he told him the point of the test was teamwork, and you did extremely well. So this is the end of the video for what if Naruto was like Minato and slash prodigy. I'll be sure to post the next video tomorrow by the same time of this video. So check you out. Peace.